Good afternoon, everybody. This is Eagle One. I'll show you some of the tools I use in building models. Here they are. First, this one is a Sinfa scribing tool. Very cheap, but it gets rusty easily. But very good in scribing. Also, scriber, a dental scaler. You may buy it at cheaper at a dental shop. Always use the ones made in Germany. It's very good. This one is a mechanical compass. I've used it since my college days. It's very accurate, it doesn't slip, and it's durable. Now I use this moped. The brand is moped. Hobby knife. You could either use number 11 blade of the Exacto brand to cut more better. It doesn't slip your hands, that's why I like it better. Saw, modeling saw. This is the new trumpeter riveter. It's very handy. It has 3 extra riveter blades. It has different gauges, though the camera could not show you, but it will do fine jobs. Very cheap. Some tweezers, good ones, hobby tweezers. You may also find some more at dental shops, but this is a Tamiya tweezer. Very good, especially for decaling. Just move the camera. This one is what I call a riveter and a scriber. It's a Dafa brand type of cutter, kinda, but it has this nail type, which is good for making rivets, and certainly after you use this one, the trumpeter riveter, you will probably use this in the follow-up steps. Very good. This one is the Tamiya pin vise. Very handy, very useful, and it has a lot of, it could use a lot of bits. You could see. I'll just try macro. No. There. I will recommend this because it could handle any size, most of the sizes of bits we use in modeling. Tamiya pin vise. The sprue cutter I use is the electronic type, which could cut also wires when I'm doing scratch building or something else. It's also a good side cutter. It's durable and it's inexpensive. Here is a dental supply self-locking tweezer. As you can see, it's made by Vishka, made in Germany. You could find one in your dental shops, which could be less expensive than the types that is marketed for the hobby. Scotch Brite. This one's used for removing the dirt after you sand the model. You first sand the model with a not so fine grit sandpaper. To remove all those sanding dirts, use this. You could see it's very I've used this a lot already. This one is a polishing stick. I use this a lot, especially for those canopies of aircraft. This one will do you magic. From fine, coarse, very coarse. This will make your model also very smooth before you paint or prime it, especially for those metallic finishes that you want. This will become handy. Same with this. This one is the nail file I used before using the polishing stick. This one is good for those burrs that cannot be after removing the parts from the sprue tree. This one is good for removing them, and they are very cheap, less than 5 pesos each in Philippine pesos. Some needle files. Just showing you 2 of my needle files, but I have a good set of those. Sandpapers. Have as many of them, preferably different grits. You could have as low as 400 and as high as 12,000 if you have, but here in the Philippines it's only up to 2,000 grit. This is 1,000 grit. Very good also for use in a diorama. Some cutters for those general cutting purposes that needs more bite. Just use the cheap one. Don't be afraid to use items made in China, because basically they're worth using and they are less expensive. I'm using these 2 metal rulers, one made by Buffalo, which is also now manufactured in China, and one generic metal ruler, which I place the Tamiya tape here, so that when I want a tan strip, I'll just use this small ruler, metal ruler, and just use the hobby knife to cut it. And it's very straight, and will save you time and money buying those expensive 1mm tapes. You could even make half a millimeter width with these ones.